Shut up and sit down.
Everybody, and welcome to Nerdsplaining podcast. I'm your host, Eric. With me as always, my co-host, Jose Romero.
What up? Spidey Day. What up?
Spidey hands.
That's right.
Because today is a very special mini episode of Nerdsplaining, where we're going to explain one thing today, the most important thing of the Nerd Day today, the new Spiderman.
That's right. And what do we talk about like last episode, right? Last couple episodes we had. The fans crying out for the trailer. Where is it? Nerds with absolute no patience. And I said, calm down. Let Eternals kind of go away, thankfully. And the trailer will drop about a month from release, right? I think so, more or less.
Roughly. It's supposed to come out on the 23rd, but I believe at the end of the trailer, they announced by November 29th is when tickets go on sale.
Right, so it's about a month or so before the movie comes out. I knew it was coming out, but just patience, God bless. And
I think it was a combination of certain things. I think they were emboldened by the fact that Eternals held for a second week in a row as a #1 movie. So they're like, okay, we got Eternals. The flow's been done. Now, I mean, listen, I'm the first one to say it would have been great if we would have got this trailer on Disney Plus Day. But since it is a Sony property, you got to make all the other people happy.
That's true. And let's be real, they didn't show anything on Disney Plus Day anyway, so whatever.
The big thing, this could have been made Disney Plus so worth. I mean, it was nice. It's got some stuff you have to pay for to watch, but this was the big meal that everybody wanted. This was the porterhouse steak. This was the sushi boat. This was the hot wing challenge. Like, this was the thing everybody wanted, and we got it. It ran for like a minute and a half, more or less.
Yeah,
the trailer, the one that just came out.
This was over 2.5 minutes, maybe.
Oh, it's really? It went by so fast. I didn't even realize.
It's a full trailer. Yeah, it's legit. Yeah. No, it's about 2:20, 2:30.
Right. It was.
I will say this, that kudos to Sony before we get into the trailer, right? And I'll say this because, and it's funny because we talk about Tom Holland insisting no one's in it but him. Yeah, I get it. Yada yada yada. Today there was an interview that Andrew Garfield did. He's promoting a movie, Tick Tick Boom, whatever, Tick Boom Boom, whatever.
Yeah,
and
a movie about the origin behind the movie.
Right, exactly. So they asked him about Spider-Man. Why wouldn't they? And he doubles, triples down, and he stands firm. Well, I'm not in this film. Paraphrasing, I like what they're doing at Marvel. Blah blah blah. I had a great time. Close to my heart, Spider-Man. I get it. But I'm not in it. And he's insisting. And I gotta say, he sounded pretty convincing. He sounded like a very good politician, or he's just a great liar. Oh, he's a great actor. But I give kudos to Sony because I still insist they're gonna be in this film. But the fact they held strong and did not reveal anything, kudos to them.
That has nothing to do with Sony. That is nothing to do with Sony.
No,
that is all Kevin Feige. That is all Kevin Feige.
Sony has all marketing control. That's per contract. That Marvel's got nothing to do with the trailer. When they can drop the trailer, that's all Sony. Remember, Sony makes the money, right? So if Kevin Feige says don't show a trailer, Sony's going to be like, no, we need to get paid. So trust me, this is all Sony. It has nothing to do with Kevin Feige.
This trailer reconfirms so much stuff that we've heard as rumor behind the scenes.
Right.
And one of the things I've been hearing about this trailer is that Kevin Feige has been going back and forth with Sony saying, don't show them Maguire. Don't show them
I'm sure he did it, but it's still Sony's decision. Like that Kevin Feige, if they would have told him we're showing it, then that's too bad, right? They have to take it.
I think Feige pulled a Feige card, and it's like, you're gonna, let's tease, we'll get into the trailer itself.
Right? But I mean, listen, and everybody was waiting. Are they going to show him? No, they don't show him this trailer. So let's get that out of the cat's out of the bag, right? I think, and that's cool.
You get confirmation of all 5 other villains.
Right. A lot of stuff that rumored. Now we see come to fruition. Yeah.
That the Statue of Liberty thing that's been a rumor for God knows how fucking
Yeah.
long, that was confirmed with the shield and all that. I was like, all right, this is all there, locked in. And I mean, let's take it from the top. Let's
Yeah,
go in there
let's
for
do it. I mean, I'm gonna, I can't play the video for other reasons, but whatever. I'll play some images here. So,
down or anything. So we'll show images, screenshots, that
right,
kind of
look at
thing.
little Jonah James. So the beginning, it's kind of like with the first. Well, first, before actually, you know what? Before we get into that, what are your thoughts on the trailer? Before we get into
Okay,
specifics.
I'll give you my general statement. We'll get more into nitty gritty as we go through. Fucking loved it. It was great. It was everything that I wanted and a bunch of stuff that I did. And first of all, I got to see it with my kids. We all watched it together. So like I'm already dope into that. I'm like, that's fantastic. And I got to, we're like, oh, look at this and look at that. It was all great. My daughter and son are huge Scooby-Doo fans. So to hear Doctor Strange make a Scooby-Doo reference, I was like, cool.
I really hated that line though. I get it.
That was great. I dug it. I was like, that's exactly
that line to me was awful.
Yeah.
That was the worst part of the trailer, but that notwithstanding.
I thought that doubled down for me. Like now I have to buy tickets early. It sold me. So I love the fact that you saw like all there was I'm kind of scatterbrained. They double down as Doc Ock as your point of entry character for the villains, which that was a really interesting move. I didn't think they were going to do that. And by doing that, they revealed so much about what the universe is to the point that everyone was freaking out about when Doc Ock sees Peter Parker. Does he see his Peter Parker? Does he know that this Spider-Man? And then in the trailer, there's a part where he smashes Peter Parker to the wall, and he's like, "You're not Peter." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" So no, this is clearly a Doc Ock who knows what his Peter's supposed to look like, and Tom Holland is not it, which is really exciting. I love the fact that we now visually confirmed all 5 villains have been essentially teased out. Will there be a 6th villain? Possibly. Who knows for sure? Could be the Vulture. Could be Mysterio. Could be Venom. Like no one knows for sure. Could be a whole other villain we're not even thinking about. It's really exciting to see what could happen next. And I loved all the little cameos. I loved all the little conversational moments. I loved the fact that as true Marvel characters are, they're heroes with feet of clay. They're making mistakes every step of the way to the point that even Doctor Strange is like, "You did this. This is your fault." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Blame the teenager, master of the mystic arts.
Passing the buck.
Sorcerer Supreme, and you're going to blame this dummy for messing you up? Perfect. Feet of clay. Not perfect. I'm all in. Excited. Let's keep going." But it was, at the end of the day, it was fun. And it was fun in a way that I didn't expect it because they were meta-referential to the ridiculousness of comic books. When they asked Doc Ock his name, and he's like, "Dr. Otto Octavius," and they all start laughing, going, no, seriously, what's your real name? That's fun because when you first hear Otto Octavius, like, well, of course he's Dr. Octopus, is Otto Octavius. But, this is also from a movie where he asked Doctor Strange for help. So all this is complete ridiculous nonsense, and I'm just super excited about it. I don't see this movie being any worse than the first 2 Spider-Mans, and I really enjoy the first 2 Spider-Mans. So I'm more confident and more excited than ever before. Before I was like, all right, let me see what they're kind of going with this. And now that you got to have the full breadth of what 70% of to expect is, I'm more excited now. So
yeah. Listen, I didn't love it. I didn't love the trailer. I wanted to. It was, and I don't know, maybe because all this stuff I knew was kind of coming, that has something to do with it for me. Like there's no surprises. It was cool to see it on screen, and that was great. But I don't know, there was something missing. I don't know what it was, and I kept my finger on it. It's just a trailer. Let's just not get crazy,
I think you wanted Maguire and Garfield. And
I would have been fine without them, to be honest with you. I'm glad they didn't, because I kind of want to see that in the theater, right? And I'm glad they went that direction. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It was good. I enjoyed it. I just didn't love it. I'm not going gaga. I'm not any more excited than I already was. I was already excited. Let's be clear.
I'm actually more excited now. before I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Now I'm like, okay, now I want to see this movie. I want to see this movie in the theaters. I want to see this movie. That's where
Yeah, and you
I'm at right
mentioned,
now.
I guess to go like obviously the beginning of the trailers is him with what's her face and whatever and flying around all the happy go lucky stuff. Right. Then they
Right.
meant obviously now we know the multiverse is out there. Like, everyone's coming in. And Doctor
It's
Strange
real.
tells Peter that, and then you're right. There's a cool shot of I'm showing it now with you know, he really, Doc Ock realizes, oh, it's just not Peter Parker, right? It's like obviously these guys don't
Right.
know what the hell's going on any more than they do, right? For that part, that was cool. And I guess he got caught, which is I was surprised by that, right? Because yeah,
He gets caught
he gets
back too.
into that little whatever chamber they have built for him. I don't know, some whatever they have there, and I guess they created really really fast when they found out he was there, and they did this in 2 seconds. So, but not a complaint, just okay. But whatever, whatever, fine.
It's Doctor Strange. He's magic that crap.
I
was like, oh,
guess
look at
I
his
mean they
move.
just have to have a
Prison.
Doc Ock chamber ready to go in case all this were to occur.
Let's get it straight. The reason why Doctor Strange didn't show up in WandaVision or in the Celestials is because he's been trapping multiversal people and putting that shit on
Apparently.
lockdown. So he's been busy. So this is he's like another one of you variants.
Sure,
Oh, baby,
yeah.
we got this.
There was a really cool shot of the new suit, the dark suit, which we saw. I guess
Yeah.
it was a toy about it. It was a toy of it before anyway, so that wasn't
Right. Well, you saw the trailer, he's running through the homeless shelter in the black suit, but now you saw it and it looked a little more armored.
Yeah,
if
it
I'm not
did. Looking at it
mistaken.
now,
Like,
and you can see Electro in the background. What it appears like it's Electro.
and it looks like they're incorporating like the nanotech and magic because they had those two golden
Right,
rings
right,
around his
exactly.
wrist.
So that was kind of cool.
Which we heard, well, not I'm not sure but we've heard that that one of the suits that Peter makes to help him capture all the other multiversal villains is a combination of Stark tech and magic to be able to trap them in a localized area. So I once again, super fun idea. I've seen versions of that in comic books and cartoons. So to see it in live action,
We got a little
really excited about that. I
Jonah
like that a
Jameson
lot.
in the house. Had a quick shot of him. Which we
Oh
knew, but it
yeah,
was cool. I love
really?
this guy. He's great. So yeah, give us more of him for Christ's sake. There was a really cool shot here. I'm trying to find it. There was a couple cool shots, obviously, because
One of the coolest. Jamie Foxx Electro, and when he powered up, that's when he got the starfish.
yeah,
Electric
yeah,
starfish. I like that. I was
he looked a lot better than
God,
what he did. Well, then again,
anything looked better
will
than
look
that
better. So to be fair, so they didn't take a whole lot of effort, but it looks like the genuine, old school kind of the take on Electro.
I thought that was super fun. I really enjoyed that. Sandman, giant sand monster. I thought that was really cool.
The one scene I'll put up later when they have the Sandman, Lizard, I guess Electro's
And
there. Yeah, I think some of that Spidey swinging, whatever the case is, into action. That fucking looked great. That looked great. That was a great shot. Obviously, that's third act. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge third act.
This is great.
Yeah.
I'm all about all this.
And that's when the two Spideys are gonna show. They're gonna show up in this film. I don't care what anybody says.
I mean, if you're gonna bring this up, let's just draw attention to the last like 2 seconds of the trailer. It's Doctor Strange on the top of the torch of the Empire of the Statue of Liberty, and he's like, "I can't stop them. They're all coming through." What do you think is gonna come through in the last minute?
Of course, come on. We know that's the scene. We know that's is what all I've heard was they were gonna show up in the third act. That was the whole rumor, right, or whatever.
That's always been, and everyone's like, no, I hope to show up for longer. I mean, yeah, we get it. We all want them to be around for longer.
Yeah, they're not.
But
yeah,
they're gonna be the two Spider-Man showing up is gonna be the Celestial coming out of the planet for Spider-Man. It's gonna be the third act thing that comes out that affects everything. And you know what? Because of what's going on, I almost wager that with the two Spider-Mans, you're probably going to get a boatload of other random Spider-Man villains all coming out.
Yeah.
So,
never know.
because two Spider-Mans against 5 villains makes it manageable, but maybe 2 Spider-Mans versus 18 villains, that is 3 Sinister Sixes. Now you have insanity, and I want insanity.
Let me ask you this. I'm looking at a scene now. There's a scene where it seems like Strange and Spidey are at odds here a little bit. And
Looks like 3 times in the
right,
trailer.
but there's one particular where I guess he's this is box. I'm not sure what that is that he's carrying.
That's the prison. That's the prison where the villains are kept.
Oh, but okay, and Spidey has it, and I guess Doctor Strange is trying to
Right.
stop him. So
Pulls it back in.
So what's
Right.
that? I guess what's that about? So what's Spidey doing here? Because I'm curious. Like,
So it looks like is because you hear something that I heard. The rumor was I heard is that Green Goblin tells him this, but apparently the trailer it looks like Doc Ock tells him this, which is every villain dies by Spider-Man's hand.
right?
And Peter and then Doctor Strange's like, listen, that's just fate. You can't stop it. And Peter is, if he's not Catholic, he acts like it because he's either Catholic or Jewish because the amount of guilt Spider-Man carries is insane. And so he's like, I can't be responsible for 5 people's death, even if they're bad guys. Even if they're from other universes that are not my own, I can't deal with that. I got Uncle Ben on me.
So do you think he's trying to save him?
He's trying to save them to like release them back into their own universe. Like I don't know if you're gonna die or not, but I can't keep you here knowing that you're gonna die for sure. So rather just shake you out somewhere and hopefully you can go back to your world and go undercover.
Yeah.
Because
so why was Strange trying to stop? I'm just kind of curious, just thinking, okay, he's stopping him because he's affecting the other universes. I mean, maybe
other universes like don't do. And there's a difference of like make people forget my secret identity as opposed to don't let this person know. And what if sometimes people gotta die, and if you change that, everything goes
right. No, I got you.
Once again, what if doing the subtle reinforcement of other big concepts that are going to be introduced? It's the sometimes people got to die, and if you change that death, you can destroy everything.
That sounds reasonable. I'm looking at the shot now with the money shot. Man, that looks so dope. I got a feeling because we've seen this before. Like
So
remember they had the Avengers Infinity War trailer where they had Hulk at the forefront.
Oh,
right. With the scene didn't exist or whatever. He wasn't there after the fact.
You know what? I think they're so under the gun that there is no make-believe shots in this one.
No,
I feel like you're just getting. You're barely.
I'm just thinking this shot. I just got a feeling the other 2 Spider-Mans are in this. How awesome would we have all 3 Spider-Mans going towards these? I mean, come on, that's dope as fuck.
Okay,
it's possible.
Maybe they did erase it. Maybe that. I don't think they're
no,
creating
an entirely
shot.
They just like either CGIing them off or whatever the case is, and they're actually there. Yeah, sure. we've seen that before. Right? That's nothing new. So
because there's a lot of empty space there.
It's just a wide, cool shot. Right, and we get one spot.
Absolutely.
I'm just obviously just speculation. Don't mean nothing. But I got a feeling that probably may be the case. I don't know. Which would be great because again, this is the 3rd act. This is no surprise here. It's clearly the 3rd act.
Obviously.
So yeah. So I don't see Doc Ock. So maybe Doc Ock is not involved in that 3rd act. That's interesting.
I think he's there somewhere. He's probably maybe dealing with something with like Doctor Strange because you don't see Green Goblin either.
No, yeah,
Green
right.
Goblin and
Unless he
Doc
fights
Ock
him early, then I don't know. Let's see. Well, I'll ask you this: what if, right? You go see the movie, whatever comes out, and it's good. And what if Andrew Garfield was indeed, and Tom Holland were indeed being honest, and they're not in the film? Would that change anything for you? Nothing.
No, it just makes me feel like now I'm like, oh man, Spidey's gonna have to pull something out of his web ass because he's gonna get murdered.
Holy he can't fight him on their own, dude. He can't.
He can. Spider-Man has defeated the Sinister Six on his own several times. He can. Is he gonna walk out of there without a limp?
Tom Holland kind of dopey and all that. It's his fault the whole multiverse according to Doctor Strange. I don't know if he's capable of doing it. I don't know. Doctor Strange is there to help him out. I guess.
I mean, he's on the statue.
So he's there, right? So
maybe
he's doing there. His thing. I don't know. But I mean, listen, it looks cool as shit. It does, and it's gonna be great. I think this movie is really gonna be good. I really do.
I gotta say, there's some subtle stuff there that I don't know if people notice, like the MJ falling down the Statue
Yeah.
of Liberty and Spider-Man going after her, that is strictly Raimi
Yeah.
homage up the ass. Like that is all three Raimi Spider-Mans has that shot. So they put that there as like, listen, we're paying tribute to all Spider-Man history. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a part where Doc Ock's arm looks like it's integrating
Yes.
Spider-Man's
Yeah. I
armor.
saw that, and I wasn't sure. Like, okay, what is that exactly?
That it looked like it was integrating the nanotech into his own. And what made me excited about that is because in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books, what made Doc Ock specifically more dangerous in that universe was that his arms were coated with like liquid metal, like the Terminator, like
Right.
Terminator 2, the liquid metal. So it didn't just have pinchers; it could reconstruct itself to be different things. And so, since Spider-Man's armor is nanotech, and he's incorporating that, he can make his now he can. It could be more than just clamps and like a spike. It could be like a flamethrower. It could be like actual like hand claws. It could a flamethrower. It could be so many types of things.
What if Doc Ock actually is there? He helps Spidey.
Out of all the villains that Spidey has, there's only two that would generally help him. There's Sandman. Sandman, like, realized multiple times in his history, he's gone back and forth, but for the most part, he's like, I don't want to I just want to survive. I don't want to hurt people. Like, this isn't my thing. Like, if I rob, it's because I was trying to feed my family. Or if I hurt somebody, it's because I'm trying to get away because I don't want to get caught. Like, I just want, not a Hulk, leave me alone. But he's not a bad dude. He's a circumstantial villain, you know? So that's one person I could see flipping. And Doc Ock would save Peter because he respects Peter as a scientist. And a little part of Doc Ock that also realizes that Peter is a little bit smarter than he is. Just a little bit. And that thing, if he did save Peter, it would only to be able to personally kill Peter on his own. So it would be a small reprieve, not a full Peter, I've been thinking about it, and you're right. It's going to be like, Peter, are you okay? Because now I murder you. And it's like, no one beats Doc Ock. And it's make fun of my name, will you? And that's, great. But like, I remember one of the craziest scenes in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book when Doc Ock captured Spider-Man one time is he had the arms grab Peter's head and tilt it back. You're like, oh my God, he's gonna die. And his arm, one of the arm tentacles became these like small little scalpels, and he started to pull his teeth out just to hurt him. And I was like, oh my God, that's bananas. And so I was kind of wondering, like, I don't know if they're gonna go that extreme for torture, but like the fact that he was able to make his tentacle become something so small and precise just to cause pain. When I saw him incorporating that red armor to it, I was like, that is a lot of bad news for Peter. That's going to be dope to see visually. So I want to see what's going to happen.
Because we know, right? Well, let me not say that. Presumed, or it's been hinted at, this probably will be the last of Spider in the MCU as far as how we know him. Right, and
as a single movie, yes.
We'll probably see him appear in MCU, but he's going to be appearing with Sony's verse or whatever they're doing over there. So I guess I would assume he gets trapped in one of these universes, or with the same one Venom's in, or something to that effect. I don't know. I guess hypothetically, right. I guess
right.
There's no way home, something like that. So I'm kind of curious how that ends up working on things. I'm really just how does that work out? I'm really curious how they end this film.
I think what they're gonna do is, because first of all, the villains of this movie are all major talent actors. They either have won or have been nominated for Oscars. Jamie Foxx, William Dafoe, Alfred Molina, even Thomas Church, who plays Sandman. He got nominated for an Oscar for Sideways. So, like, they're all legit actors. So you all have, Benedict Cumberbatch has been nominated for an Oscar. Like, there's a lot of star power to this movie. So if they're going to introduce the multiverse, what I would think the smart thing to do is that Spidey gets trapped in is the adjacent universe that he's in that feels like the Marvel universe, but it's part Marvel, part Sonyverse, and all the villains in that universe are variant versions of the guys in his movie. So you're going to get a completely different Doc Ock, a completely different Norman Osborn, a completely different Electro. So you can get mid-level actors who are way more affordable, and you can establish them already in this universe as well. And then you could have that build up instead of having to pay the buku bucks to keep those people already involved in a movie as well. And maybe there's going to be a lifeline connection between Strange and Peter. So if things get bananas, Doctor Strange can try to help in, but it's going to take a lot of effort and research to get there. But that's sort of like how they kind of keep contact with one another. I think that's going to be the any of it, where he's going to be officially taken out of the Marvel universe, but you're gonna put him in another Marvel universe that is half Marvel universe and all of the Sonyverse, which is why you could have the Morbius and you could have Vulture there as well. But then you have all these other guys who aren't as big, but you can bring mid-level guys to replace them because they'll be the variants of the people there, and people will be familiar with these villains because we've seen them appear in other movies, and we just got reminded of them in this movie here. So it kind of sets the tone where you can go, oh, okay, I know this guy now. It may not be the same guy because this is a different universe.
This Sony owns all these characters, so why not? As far as using them in film, so I'm sure they'll go that route at some point. You know, Doc Ock, I mean, I think that's a given at some point. I mean, they'll focus on Morbius and, we're Kraven the Hunter and all that, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, don't introduce him, I'm sure, pretty soon. I don't know. I'm making that assumption. But yeah, listen, I think this is going to be huge. This is going to be the biggest movie in the pandemic, which the record
of the year
for pandemic is being held by, coincidentally enough, Venom, the highest opening, I think at 90. This is going to crush. I'm just gonna blow it out of water.
It's gonna blow that out of the freaking water.
You know, day one theater. Yeah, I'm sure you're watching a theater, Eric. I know you are. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my kids just finished getting vaccinated, so we're doing IMAX on this bitch. All right, we're going.
There you go. So listen. Yeah. Excited. Good trailer. I know you liked it more than I did. It's still great. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. And yeah, it's gonna be cool to see. I know we're gonna get it. We're gonna get the money shot. We're all gonna nerdgasm the minute we see Garfield. Oh, the crowd's gonna go nuts. Oh my god! Because I'm sure that's a lot of fans out there, the casual fans who don't know,
right?
Or they will take Garfield's and Colin's comments at face value and say, "Hey, it's not gonna be in it." Right? The trailer gave you nothing, so they'll be like, they're gonna be shocked. We'll probably not be a surprise, but it'll be more like, "Oh shit, yeah!" Like we're waiting for it. When is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, for sure, we're gonna fucking go bananas. The theater's gonna go bananas. Like I do think the casual fan has no clue. They have no clue.
I think that if Garfield and Maguire show up at the end, you're gonna hear that same level of bananas cheering that you got in Endgame when Cap first picked up the hammer, or when Cap finally said "Avengers Assembled" and everyone just run. It's gonna be like that.
Be the most popping scene in Marvel that I can remember.
Oh, only because of the pandemic and because of the year after the pandemic and all the other bull crap that we've been dealing with our lives. This is going to be the emotional fireworks we've been wanting for. So then we can all get together and go, yeah, like that's going to be that moment. And so, no pressure.
No, it's going to be great. I can't wait. I mean, like I said, I'm excited. I was excited before, so whatever. But
the way you feel about the trailer is how I felt before the trailer, and now I feel this way, and you feel not as excited,
I'm just
but
as
excited.
Like it didn't move the needle one way or another. That's all.
I would have full two levels.
I get it. Yeah, absolutely. I think the fans, the casual fans, they're gonna take to this like crazy, and they'll be more surprised than we are. They're not gonna know. Oh shit, Lizard and Sandman and Doc Ock and blah blah blah. Yeah, they won't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, and so kudos to Sony, man, for keeping that on the wraps. You know what? I thought I was almost sold that they would, because listen, that would have sold tickets like a mofo, right? Let's be honest.
It was just 100% up to Sony. I think they would have.
There's no to them. I think they could have heard them, but it's the Sony's decision at the end of the day. I think whatever it was, I mean, they made a choice not to really to keep it on the wrap. That's just fine. That's great. Either way, that's gonna get spoiled. I hope they don't throw another trailer out and then reveal that. I really hope that would be the worst thing ever.
do mini versions of this trailer. Take the first one and this one and mix things
Right.
up
Like
together.
I'm not
You
watching
could go-
another trailer. I never do anyway after the first two.
Yeah. And we're so close to the release date that you wouldn't be doing yourself a
Yeah, I
disservice.
really
So
hope. I
don't.
mean, don't do it. Don't Sony. Don't you do it. That's just the way. If you're gonna do it, do it. This is the time to do it. Don't wait till the fucking next trailer in 2 weeks from now. Don't do that.
Now I'll tell you what. If they show up in that movie as soon as their first opening weekend is over, you know they're putting that on all
that
the
first Monday, Sunday night, it's gonna be part of the marketing. Oh, see the return of this, which I'm fine with. Listen, if you don't go to the theater the first weekend, shame on you. It's just, what am I gonna tell you? After that, it's fair game. And believe me, that secret will not remain in the theater anyway. Everyone's gonna be, oh my god, Twitter and Facebook, and you're gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear about it.
Look. Eternals. After Eternals hit #1, they were showing you the dead Celestial already sticking out of the planet.
Right, they just didn't give a fuck. At that point, they're showing the whole fucking way. They don't care anymore.
That's not, dude. This is your money shot. Keep it in wraps for like
they
1
can't
more week.
resist. They can't do it. I'm telling you, guaranteed. Maguire, they'll be in the next trailer. Oh, if you haven't seen the one movie of the year featuring, and then they'll pop in at the end. Of course,
yeah,
whatever.
I know.
I'm watching. I don't give a fuck their first weekend, so it's not gonna bother me. But I suggest you guys want to know all the secrets. Go first weekend.
If this is as fun as either Homecoming or Far From Home, I can easily see myself watching this movie twice in theaters.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
because, absolutely. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be better. It might be the best one. It has the potential to be the best one. I'll put it that way.
That's right. But you know. We're talking all about this, and we've only seen the trailer like once, maybe twice, depending on the time we squeeze in here. Obviously, there's a lot more it's going to be broken down and talked about in all the trailers. So let us know what you thought of the show, of the trailer. Let us know what your favorite part is. Let us know what your theories are. We'd love to hear it. You can always hit us up on Instagram at Nerdsplaining Pod. You can hit us up on Twitter at Nerdsplaining_. You can check out all the audio episodes of the original Nerdsplaining on ericdasilva.com. You can check out all the video episodes of Nerdsplaining here on YouTube on the Latin Nerd Network, where you can see a bunch of shows, see our regular episodes. And, check out the shows like Jose's The Watch List and our competitions on who gets to say and who gets snapped out. By the way, R.I.P. to Back to the Future. You were robbed.
Yeah, show called Famous Choice, which we're doing another one this weekend. So we have a couple other contestants. So that should be debuting this weekend. So look out for that.
I'm going to fight for what's right, is what I'm saying. So don't worry about it. But don't forget to tune us in and ask questions. Let us know what you think. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Guys, this has been a super mini episode. It was kind of a long episode on just 2 minutes and a half of a Spider-Man trailer. But we were excited to share it with you. We appreciate everyone checking in. Don't forget to keep checking us out. And once again, this has been Nerdsplaining. I'm Eric Silva. This has been Jose Romero. And if you don't know, now